Okay.
Alright, we are ingesting.
Welcome. I'm gonna practice some flat ground skating, and hopefully I can give you guys some tips too. I feel like this live stream is a great way to give like a live feedback on just like regular practice sessions for me. Pretty, it's nice not to have like to think about pre-formatting a YouTube video or talking to Brock or telling him like what kind of clips he wants or vice versa. We can just do a super chill flat ground session and go back and forth, and I can give some tips. We have the dual stream running, so if you're here on YouTube, make sure you head over to Twitch. I think it's just an overall better user experience. It always takes about 30 seconds for my YouTube chat to open up, so just bear with me. Twitch is live, ready to go. What's up, Nikki? There we go. Already on that already on the Twitch. Nice. Yeah, literally YouTube chat just takes forever. That's crazy. I'm gonna stand a little bit closer. It's hard to imagine I can stand this close to the camera. Like, you guys should really see that. Yeah, it is a good day, hey. Practice flat ground with me. That is unclickable. You need to press go live on YouTube, I bet. Remember that?
What do you mean?
Remember in the dashboard or when editing the live, you clicked go live when we did the scheduled stream?
Yeah, what do you want?
Because I can't find the YouTube live.
Really?
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, it won't let me click on it.
Checking injured good. Here, take a thumbnail. Ready? Go.
Thumbnail picture, done. Okay, cool. I'm on the YouTube chat. Welcome. Well, welcome me to the stream. Hey, Ariel. Is there any drills that can help me learn shove-its? For sure. I'm gonna warm up just like I usually would with some very, very basic stuff. Maybe some manuals, some ollies. Maybe walk you through that. Hip flexor pain is probably the first thing we're gonna talk about because that's my big issue as well. How was I first? Yeah. We dropped a link in chat, but if you guys prefer the Twitch over YouTube, I just pinned the link in chat. What's up, Riggsy, over on Twitch? I find the user experience over there much better. I mean, obviously, it's a live streaming platform. YouTube is very confusing to navigate. It's hard to know when someone goes live. It's a better user interface, especially for scheduling streams, saving clips. Like, if you're more into the IRL stuff and you want to like be involved with that consistently, Twitch is probably a great place. You can make an account, just hit that follow button. I find it to be quite nice. Any help tips to lower leg strain? Okay, so let's start with the basics, how I would usually start. Because you guys are asking some good questions, and I deal with this too. I'm at the ripe old age of 28 years old. Hip flexor pain. I don't actually know how to define the hip flexors, but I think that's this area from like the lower abdomen down the inside of the hips, and they hurt when you lift your legs. I've dealt with this pain for the last probably 15 years, which having hip flexor pain at 13 is probably not great. And it really gets bad if I start a session real quick and I just rip my front knee up into the air, my hip will hurt, the inside of my hip will hurt all day. So my best fix is just a slow warm up and paying attention to it, like making sure I can actually move. The funny thing is, switch skating does not hurt my left hip at all. So like if I'm doing switch ollies or switch flips, I can pretty much get right into it because I think I just haven't strained that side of my body nearly as much as I have the right side. I'm actually gonna copy the angle. I saw some guy streaming it earlier. But the biggest thing that has helped, besides just slow warm-ups, is actually hitting the gym. Full squats, heavy squats in the gym, and deadlifts and those kind of things, hamstring curls. Those are the only things that I've found really helps me warm up faster. Also helps me just have confidence in my legs. Like, so much of it is just purely having the confidence to just let it fly. Jump high, try hard. What's up?
It's a little cracked open.
Yeah, I wonder if I just do this. The lav always sucks. Yeah, Riggsy, no problem. Happy to be streaming a lot. Dylan, slow down or we'll nerf you, but welcome. Welcome. So let's start with some tips that everyone loves. Let's start with some ollies. All right. When I'm practicing ollies, I actually don't care about how high I'm jumping. All I really care about is that my tail is coming up in the air fast enough. Make sure you guys pop over to Twitch, go drop a follow. So what I mean by my tail coming up in the air fast enough, if I find my tail dragging, like literally, like just staying low, that means my ollies aren't working that great, right? If I'm having a lot of separation between my back foot and the tail coming up, and I usually just fix that by starting to push my back foot a little bit further back through the pop and feeling like I can wrap the ollie backwards and forwards in that like kind of circular motion. And the funny thing is, like, a lot of ollies aren't very good. Like, that one just didn't feel very good. That was better. And I'm not thinking too much. Like, I spend all day really thinking about skateboarding, trying to give you guys tips. But for practice, I'm actually not thinking very much. Then the next thing I'll do, instead of trying to jump super high, I will keep my upper body lower and I'll try to pick my board up higher than I jump, right? So instead of thinking about it like, you've seen those high jump things where you jump and you try to like set your vertical by slapping those There's like prawns that come out on a metal bar, set their vertical at like the NFL Combine. Not jumping like that. I'm actually keeping my head low, and I'm trying to reach my feet up high. I feel like I'm doing a box jump with the least amount of jump possible. So I bring my board up with faster and more aggressively, but I'm not jumping super high. This gives me a lot of power for flip tricks, and I can keep everything low and balanced. It's crackly still. Maybe this receiver just isn't as good. Check. That should be good. Mic switch. I often get slowed down when I'm landing ollies. I'm gonna get a tripod for this, so I can read chat a little bit easier. And it's like a more natural height. I mean, we're brand new at this, so be nice. We're gonna start flipping our boards pretty good, pretty soon. So no stress there. Just gonna keep working on ollies. Okay, so don't skip over this tip and think, okay, can we start flipping our boards? Like, I'm practicing Flatground too. Like, this is what I feel I'm supposed to work on. That one takes discipline for me, because I spent years building the habit of jumping high and trying to bring my board, which is good sometimes, but if I can keep my jump a little bit lower and I can bring the board up faster, that's more stable. And it feels like I stay connected to the board the whole time. Honestly, Ollie Nollie felt the best. Switch Ollie, fakey Ollie felt pretty bad. I wonder why. Okay. Just the timing on the switch is a little bit difficult. The balance on the fakie feels difficult. What's up, Ace? Afternoon. Welcome to the chat. Alright, you gotta nerf Dylan. For sure, on YouTube chat. Nerf Dylan on the YouTube chat. Throw him on a timeout. Yeah. What's up, R? How's it going? Oh, B grabbed the balance program on our website. Make sure you check that out. He says it's helping a lot. That's great. Feel stable, confident, and everything else I would want to do an ollie. Can you recommend mental tips, barriers of doing high ollies over like tennis nets? Okay. Hey, Fritz. Yeah, good to see you too. Yeah, I mean, you want to mess with chat, you just get thrown in timeout. It's very simple. We run a tight ship over here. All right, so let's say you can ollie, but then you want to ollie over something valuable like an iPad. And so you start tripping. Obviously, you start thinking about things that you weren't thinking about before. Well, what about my timing? Well, what about if I can't get my back trucks up? What if... And the thing is, the obstacle you're ollieing over doesn't exist, okay? It only exists after you hit it and then you face first on the ground, or you just spent $1,200 trying to teach a ollie for no reason. Your eyes gotta sit on the crack just before it, right? This is the only thing that really exists to you. Because this is where you're ollieing from. So you build it backwards from there. Okay, if this is my jump, then I gotta feel the ground here. Okay, so that feels good to me. I'm feeling the ground, right? Because if I'm skating from back here, I'm just kind of floating, cruising, nothing going on, setting up my feet. But then right about here, I'm gonna start feeling the ground. I'm gonna start pushing my feet into the ground to get power. I know that timing, so I feel it. And then I'm looking over here. I'm picking my landing spot well beyond the iPad, right? So the only things I really see is this crack, which marks like I better be feeling the ground or we're just gonna jump off. And then I see this crack over here because this is where I'm gonna be landing. And I let everything in between that just fade into darkness. It just really doesn't exist. It is truly the same ollie, right? But you got to use your eyes and be focused on your landing more than anything else. I believe the trick to being good under pressure is just being a landing focused skater more so than being technically focused, which is a big, that's a balancing act because you got to know how it works, which is very technical. So my second phone, you should open the Twitch on there. I'll do the same.
What did you say, open the Twitch on mine?
Yeah, let's just lock in that affiliate. We are still new here, so there's going to be some hiccups. There we go. How to do foot plants. Yeah, and we're going to be streaming a bunch, so make sure you hit that sub button. If you prefer if you prefer Twitch, hop over there, throw us a follow. We're not affiliates yet, so that's all we can do. But, a lot of this IRL stuff is going to be happening on Twitch as well. All of it, really. Okay, so we got the basic ideas of ollies. We got the basic idea of ollieing over things. I'm going to take you through my practice, how I usually go from ollies to other things. So, now that I feel good, like I can get my feet in the air, I'm going to start with spins. And you notice, it's not an accident that I'm barely off the ground. I want to feel the ground. I want to feel how my wheels are reacting. Even though I was here earlier, there's dust, there's other things that make the ground change its, the amount of friction. I'm more tired than I was earlier, so my legs are gonna work differently. I wanna get to know how these 180s are working. All right, so I'm just ollieing this high, and I'm trying to spin all the way. When I think about spinning, I want my whole body to work together. So I'm just trying to feel like I'm out here and down. Right? I'm just trying to feel like I'm wide and down, and then I just go up and around. And it's not about jumping super high. It's just do I have that natural ability to bring my knees, hips, and sternum? Can I line those up to bring it all at the same time with that weight on my front foot for landing? Just kind of more of from a place of curiosity, not trying to get it perfect. So I'm able to get that to spin. That's nice. Then I can mess with the board. My legs are a little tired, so then the same thing with front side. What I like about frontside 180s is how different they are from backside. Like, for backside, like you saw that practice, it's almost like Tai Chi. Like you're balancing and you're dragging that foot and you come out facing backwards. It's like a very feel-oriented trick. But frontside is like, can I ollie and just switch my stance and be riding out like a regular stance skater? That's always how I look at it. I'm sure, you know, you can go the other way just like that, but usually I'm using frontside rotations to switch my stance, and I'm using backside to legit spin. So that's just because that's the skating I like to do. Like, it's always harder to do like a back 180 into a switch flip opposed to like frontside. That one wasn't very good. Yeah, that's awesome. For frontside, I think just generally the wind-up is less important. With this being said, I'm not the best at frontside rotations, just in general. I haven't really landed anything more than like frontside 540. Even that was tough. Right, but frontside feels like less of a rotation because, I mean, I can see it. I am just looking at it, and I can just pick up my back foot and step it into place. So like, my actual body doesn't really have to move that much, and you can switch your stance. Like, backside rotations just don't work like that. Like, it's not the same. There's a bigger rotation, so you can wind up your front side, but sometimes I feel like if I do that, I get very back foot heavy through the pop, and it actually makes it harder to stay balanced. Not exactly sure what that might translate for like you guys, but that's always how it's been. Like, front side is closer to this feeling. Where backside is closer to that feeling. Now I do imagine my nose getting low on a front side. Push that nose down, step through.
You want lights, Mitch?
Yeah, please. Rory had a up and down Sunday. I'm so happy we got to go home and watch that, though. Spines? Yeah, we might be able to hit spines. Yeah, I'm happy you agree, Chris, because backsides feel flat and super rotaty. Front sides feel like a lot more dipped. Thank you, Ty. Friends from China, what's up? Welcome. So we got two good questions. Yeah, Riggsy, thanks for dropping that lurk, though. It's very helpful. So 2 questions that are good. First one is skating shape. When we film content, I just skate a lot. Make sure I eat well. I mean, like eat enough basically, which is hard to do. I'm in good shape from being a professional skateboarder my entire life. I mean, I've had every single summer since I remember been incredibly athletic. Like multiple hours a day of just high cardio stuff mixed with like jumping and explosiveness. So like I just am in shape from that. The thing that I find important when you say skating shape, the thing that I find important is mostly like actually going to the gym to have like regular body maintenance. If I just skate, my hips and my back and my neck and all this stuff gets very sore. But if I go to the gym, yes, my muscles are sore, but like it's not like they're so stringy and they don't spasm as much if I'm actually trying to put on muscle at the same time. And I find like going to the gym even in spurts is really helpful because like while you got that extra little bit of mass, like you're more stable, and then you start to lose it, you can just put it right back on. It's not that big of a deal. Like a couple sprints a year for me is good for maintenance. I have to be stronger, more disciplined at like going daily just to like actually get stronger, but that's skate shape. All right, if you have good stationary ollies, but you can't do them while moving, it comes down to like a few basic ideas. Either you're pushing your board forward, and when you're on flat ground not moving, it's just not that big of a deal. Like you can do that all day. Your board isn't running away from you. But if you were to do that while you're skating, it's very easy for you to end up on the back seat. So that's the first thing. Just make sure when you're doing ollies like on flat that you're able to like bring that board back underneath you and really land on all 4 trucks. Like if you can't bring your back trucks into the air, you're probably pushing your ollies forward or just like overpowering it with your front foot. That's my big advice. So if you want to do it moving, you just drag that board underneath you a little bit more. If your board is rotating, which is the low-key the most likely thing, I got a tip from one of you guys actually. Maybe he's out there in the chat. Say what's up if this is your tip. Just turn your back foot backwards. For some reason, that stops the board from rotating front side. It's crazy. I would have never expected it. It's opposite of what I would think. Because, like, I don't know. Usually if your foot's over here, the board wants to rotate backside. But for some reason, it seems to stop the board from rotating front side. Mad Dog, what's up? Welcome to the channel. I'm trying to get better at ollies, but I feel like I'm popping wrong and getting nervous. So, ollies are a funny beast because they're hard. Like, yeah, you're probably popping a little bit wrong, but like when I do switch ollies, I pop wrong all the time. Given the mistakes might be a little bit smaller, but they're just not easy. There's no such thing as a perfect ollie, at least not every time. So I want you to accept that, and I want you to understand ollies will feel more like this than they'll feel like than how it looks. It looks like that board is stuck to your feet in the air. I can do that a higher percentage of the time, get my feet like stuck to the board in the air and maneuver it, but not every time. And oftentimes it'll feel legit like you're just floating over it. So if you're getting nervous, I would focus on doing bad ollies more consistently, like tail scrapes or double tail bounces, just to get your confidence up in your ability to jump and flip. Then after that, I would understand that Ollieing is a process. Meaning, I'm not just down here and then I'm up in the air. No, it's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then that board is in the air. Let that takeoff take a longer time to initiate, opposed to just trying to capture like lightning in a bottle and teleport from here to being in the air. Like, let the pop take a long time and try to remain in contact with your feet. Like, try to maintain a connection between your brain and your feet, and you can feel the direction your feet are moving through the takeoff. You can feel the ground. Listen for your tail to hit the ground. Don't just pop and snap and freak out, right? That's everyone's problem, is they're just in somewhat of a rush. Popping soft, landing soft might actually get you better results than trying super hard. Yeah. Nollies. Elijah wants some nollie tips. That's good by me. What's up, Red Board? How you doing, man? Backtails and impossibles, that's just a little high level for this portion of the stream. Let's touch on nollies, and then we'll get back into chat. I hope that helped Mad Dog. He asked over on Twitch. If you guys are on YouTube, make sure you pop over to Twitch, throw us a follow. It's just overall a better live streaming platform. If you guys are into the IRL stuff and want more stream tips and want to catch all the IRL stuff, like, YouTube's great. It's just a little hard to navigate. Nollies. Out of habit, I just start skating around, but like, honestly, like, I gotta talk to you guys and I gotta be in frame. So, I'm just gonna do it right here. Nollies. What I want you to focus on is this: your front knee and your front foot. If I bend my knee directly over my foot, it becomes difficult to keep my board with me. I'm more likely to push the board backwards accidentally. More so, I will struggle in pushing that board forward the direction that we want to go. You know, we want this ollie to have a little bit of that circular motion. Imagine doing a tech deck ollie. You know how, like, go like that to catch that board and bring it up? That's exactly what we want with our nollie, right? And if this knee is directly over the foot, I don't have as much leverage to push that board forward. What's up, Black Sheep? How's it going? Welcome to the Twitch channel. An easy fix for this is simply taking this knee and rolling it to the inside of the foot. And you can see the line that my leg is at now. Now it's very easy to push that front foot forward. Okay? Naturally, if I bring my knee to the inside, that's going to roll, that's going to turn my foot a little bit. So I'm not thinking, oh, I have to put my foot backwards and then do that. I'm just setting up for nollie, and then I just want the visual, like I can drop this knee to the inside, and then I'll take a comfortable position, which is a little more perpendicular. If I'm here, you know, it's obviously very awkward. And I'm just trying to visualize my foot going straight through the nose like this, so I can push that board down and away from me just a little bit. Right, so I get that foot set up here. And now, I'm just going to turn off my brain, make sure I can actually feel the skateboard. I'm going to turn this into like a little switch ollie, just because that's how my head works. Right, and that's a good nollie. I'm going to do that while rolling. That one was kind of weak. And that was weak because my leg, my popping foot didn't get out of the way. It just stayed down and low. So I want that popping foot to pop and then get up and out of the way so I can bring that board up into the air, right? So I just need to remember that if I get my feet out of the way, my board will probably follow me. And if it doesn't, nothing bad's gonna happen. There we go. What? My wheels are 56s, and they're the Spitfire Formula 4s. I think they're 99s. Great advice. Switch Ollie. Yep, it's like a switch fakey Ollie. That's how I think about it, at least. So how people like bend Cadell, I actually don't know that name, bend their front foot so it looks like a nollie south. Yeah, it might be what you're talking about. I actually don't know that name. Mr. Hands, do tricks ever become fully second nature, like breathing? Or do you always have to conscious effort while doing tricks? Like, think about how you're going to flick or pop. I have been doing skateboards. Wow, that's a gorgeous sunset. Look at this. Holy smokes.
Wow.
I have been doing skateboards for so long that I find it pretty easy to bounce back and forth between thinking about tricks technically and then switching off my brain and just doing it. It's like, I don't know, the same way with walking. Like, let's say, this is how it feels. This is a great way to put it. If I'm walking and not thinking about it, I'm not going to fall over. But if I'm saying, okay, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, like I can think about walking and not mess it up. But it's going to take a lot more energy and it might be annoying. But then I can just turn that back off and start walking and probably have a little bit of a heel strike in my normal walk if that's what I'm like practicing, right? So like, it's that easy for me in skateboarding to be like, oh, for these next ollies, I want to make sure I have my foot backwards. How does that feel? And then I just go do that for the rest of the session without even, maybe I have a mental note in my process to get ready for a trick, but like the actual trick just happens. And I feel like that is the real part. That's what it means to learn tricks, when you can turn that part of your brain off and just go do them. When you're, especially in my position, I've had to skate, I got to skate contests for, 15, 17 years straight. And the reason I was so consistent was I was just a very landing-focused skater. I would take the winter and think about my feet and my hips and how to wind up and do all this stuff. And then from January 20th, February 15th, somewhere around that time of year, just turn it off and just be very landing focused for like 4 months. All I see is landings. I'm not worried about, it's just foot positions and landings. I'm not worried about technique as much. I mean, I worked on it, I drilled it, and it's just like speed, line, foot position, landings. Speed, line, foot position, landings. It's so straightforward and it's so boring, but there's nothing going on in the mind when it comes to like time to perform. It's just visualize the landing and then you meet the trick there. It's like solving the maze backwards. That's always how I've thought about it. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, if that's weird. But that's the sauce right there.
You got a good question from What's Up on Twitch.
Yep.
About that back foot.
Completely fresh to skateboarding. Only been doing it for like a month, kind of feel lost. Yeah, we'll get to what's up. I see your question. We'll do some Ollie stuff in just a second. Red board, we're in a secret location. Should you turn your brain off when you're trying to learn a trick and get to a point where I can do like 1 to 2 out of 10 times? Well, the learning the technique is the part that you have to think. Like if you're trying to flip the board, you're flipping it for the first time, like you're gonna have to be very involved. Like you're gonna have to make adjustments between every attempt, and you're gonna have to like be thinking a lot. But once you can flip it and not think about it, then you should save your energy and just try a bunch to get your reps up. So What's Up says, What's Up says, yo, what's up? My back foot moves up the board when I ollie instead of staying on the tail. What can I do to stop that from happening? That's a very, 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 very good question. And it probably has to do with jumping forward. So it's a little confusing because if I jump forward without my board, I'm gonna move. But if I'm on my board and I jump forward, look what happens. I stay still and my board goes flying. So you're probably jumping forward too much, but you don't get any feedback because the wheels are just rolling out and you're staying still. So what you can do to avoid that, when you're at the bottom of your squat, shift your board forward. So your head is more over your back trucks and less over your front trucks. Shift your board forward. This will naturally load your back leg a lot more. And when you pop, it'll be easier to keep your wheels in the same place. Look at what happens if I just shift my board back to that natural stance. Then if I lift my nose, back wheels roll backwards. If I do that when I ollie, now I just shift it up to the front of the board. Sick. That desert evening breeze. There is not that much of an evening breeze right now. It might be 92 degrees and super humid. What's up, Welfare Ninja? How's it going? Yeah, son. Keep those ollies rolling. That's awesome. Can't seem to level out my front foot. It kind of goes up or folds, but never does the slide thing. So let's think about the front foot movement. Let's think about the front foot movement like you're tracing a balloon. I like the balloon because they're the same shape as a raindrop if you trace it, but it's a lot bigger. You have to get your front foot out of the way to pop. It's just science. Like if I keep my front foot right here, this high, my nose is never going to get high enough in the air to pop, right? So we need the nose to get up here. So we got to get your front foot out of the way. We can do that just by bringing your front foot, by pulling your front foot in towards like maybe your belt buckle, maybe your back shoulder, however you want to think about it. But then you got to step over the balloon, right? If you don't, you're just going to end up here. Right? If I just bring my front foot out of the way, nothing's ever going to happen. I'm going to have to step over this balloon and trace that line back to the ground. That'll bring the tail up, and that pushes the nose. Doesn't push the nose down. That's the thing everyone messes up. If I just push the nose down, nothing happens. I gotta step over the balloon. I actually see a balloon in my head. When I'm about to pop, I'm pretending like there's a balloon sitting right here with the little tie-off part at the bottom, and the top's right here, and I'm literally just tracing it. I know that's really weird, but and it's yellow. Why does that matter? Caleb, just get those priorities straight. Make sure you at least land in your kickflips. Like I'm landing fakie? Sure, if that's how it works. Whenever I try to bring my foot to the center line, I put too much weight on my back foot. Yes, this actually happens all the time to students. Thank you for that. Yeah, of course it does. That happens to everyone. The same way, like, the process of learning a trick for me has, like, a very specific process. Sometimes I forget these one or two pieces that, okay, you solve one problem, and you end up creating another. A lot of times fixing your Ollie is like, you know in the movies when there's a dam that's leaking water, and then MacGyver plugs it with a piece of gum, and then another hole pops out, and then he tries to plug that, and then another hole. That's a lot of times what learning tricks is like. The important part is that you have confidence that you're plugging each leak the right way, so you're actually moving forward. There's nothing more frustrating than trying to learn something, making a different mistake, and not knowing which mistake is the right mistake to make at that given time in your process. That's really the role of a coach. I can tell you how to slide your foot or not, or to trace the balloon, or like, I can give you all the answers, but what you really need from me or someone like me or someone with experience is, that's the right mistake to make right now, and you're going to make that for the next couple of minutes, hours, days, whatever may be at that stage. Here's what to expect next. You're on the right track. Or if you're not on the right track, someone to nudge you in the right direction. That's truly what a good coach can do for you, is give you confidence in your process. You bring your front foot up to your center line, and now you're stuck over your back foot. I want you to hinge at the hips, keep your upper body forward, right? And when you bring that foot up, you gotta match, you gotta have that counter force with your upper body, right? If I get here, I have to lean into it, right? Think about it for a second. Think about every single skate photo you've ever seen, right? That foot comes up and in. Wow, that upper body attacks. Kickflip. Boom. Boom. The reason we don't do this naturally is because if I bring my upper body this way, now it's harder to lift my front leg, and I have to put more effort to get that front leg up. It's very easy to get my front leg up if I just simply lean off of it. There's all this space in the world. Foot can fly in the air. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Now, if I have this this good balance, now I gotta use all these muscles. I gotta try hard. I gotta jump. It's one of the frustrating things about a good pop is actually how much more energy it takes to have a good one than a bad one. So that's probably my biggest complaint with skating. If I could write a big letter to the man upstairs, say make it a little bit easier, that's what it would be about. That will keep you over your front truck a lot better. But you're gonna have to knee yourself in the shoulder. Like, think about this. If I'm standing tall, I pick my knee up this high. That's not that high relative to my shoulder. But if I drop my shoulder all the way down, now it feels like I have to pick up my leg a ton. So I'm literally here, and I'm imagining kneeing my own collarbone. Bah! If I can hit my collarbone, I'm happy. And I've kneed myself in the chin or the nose so many times with my bulky knee pads, doing a frontside air, picking it up and getting into it, and just clipping my own face with that plastic kneecap. Knock yourself in the chin. But that's how much that leg comes up relative to your body, especially if you're closing the gap. Yeah, Bobo, we're grinding. That's good advice, Madison. If you're doing 3 shoves, that's good advice. Okay, I'm going to skate a little bit and answer Yuto's question. So, like the fear of trying tricks and rolling ankles. being able to bail, really being able to bail. Not like getting away with bails, like truly being able to flip the board and float over it and survive is like a real skill. So practice floating over the board. Land with the lightest feet that you can. Do a big hippie jump, land on the board, and then hit the eject button. Like, practice getting your feet off of the board. If you land here, what do? Like, how do you just turn that into you're standing there safely? Because I promise, your kickflips are going to come, and you're going to have to get rid of it, just like that. Catch it in the air, and you just push it away. The trick is to land with soft feet. Okay, I actually saw another IG reel about this, and I thought it was so genius. I'm blanking on the name of the guy. I look at it like land with soft feet and soft knees. But he put it like, get low. Like, if you can land and collapse and fall, like, that's not so bad. Like, skaters spend a lot of time dirtying up their shirts on the flat bottom of a skate park. But that comes from having soft knees and soft feet when you're landing. If I'm pushing and trying to land super hard, if my feet are at all off, I'm screwed. Or if I land primo, like, I'm screwed. We filmed a long Flatground video the other night, and I landed primo like 12 times or something. And it's just fine because you got soft feet, soft knees, you can get low and chilling. And yeah, you'll live with the fear. No, that's not Yuto Horigami. He's not asking how to get over the fear of landing on a skateboard, that's for sure. Ethan, that's what's up. Stoked for you, man. Gato. Yeah. That was Gato. I thought that was a great tip from him. Get low and forward instead of falling backwards. Yeah. We just linked again the Twitch chat. If you like the IRL streams, YouTube is hard to navigate, hard to find when you go live. Twitch is not like that. Okay. Now it's time for me to skate a little bit. One change that I want to make is just starting with my back foot lower in general. I think I skate with it a little too far up on the tail. It sits back here. And my timing's going to change a little bit, but I think I should skate with my foot more in the pocket. I think I can get better leverage on my flip tricks, and with leverage means I'll be able to flip it easier, which means I don't have to try as hard. But I'm not sure where that line is. What's too low? Does the whole foot sit on the tail, or is it like a little bit over that edge where I can, like, I don't know how to explain it, where like there's a little delay when you're picking up your front foot. I don't know. So I'm just gonna find that spot. And I also skate with my back foot a little backwards. So my tendency is to have that foot turned this way. And that makes it right up to the end of the tail. And when I'm more in the pocket, now I'm over the truck a little bit too much. So I think I get it a little more perpendicular and sit at the bottom of the tail. I see a lot of really, really, really good skaters have that foot position. Even that flipped clean. So this is where, like, The board's gonna flip different. Like, I don't know how the board's gonna flip. So my back foot's in a brand new spot. That feels like two of my cleanest kickflips in a minute, though. The good thing about, you know, like, I'm a pretty solid skater, so if I make a change, a lot of times I can just tell if it's gonna work, which is very fortunate. I can save a lot of time because I just have reference. Wow, it flips so good. But at the bottom of my squat, there's alarm bells start going off. Like, it ain't gonna flip, it ain't gonna flip, it ain't gonna flip. But it actually flips better. Wow, it feels terrible. But it flips better, so. Oh, there we go. Wait, I want to just save this. Something happened. I don't know. Save this foot position. I'm gonna skate over to the camera without moving my feet. Just show you guys the landing. Right. If you can't land all over the board, you're gonna struggle. Obviously I want this cleaner, but just showing you that. So unfortunately, the foot position's really good. The board flips better, objectively. It's more stable. Comes up into the bottom of my feet better. Less delay between the pop and the flick. I just don't like the squat. But, see, who cares? Like, you'll learn to love it. I think that actually really helped my kickflips. I'm happy with that. Do you guys have experience with moving your back foot on the tail? Priest, we're gonna touch on that for a second. In a second, I mean. $70K, no problem, dude. We're happy to be here. We're happy to be here and to do these streams with you. I'm gonna do a couple more. So, someone asked, like, landing in a manual, they tend to be falling backwards. I think it was Madison Carter. This could just be a simple issue. This could be a very simple fix. If you're ollieing and leaning back, you're always going to fall backwards. Like, there is no way not to. But you can stay forward and just ollie and shift your board up and out there. Now you can stay in it. Right? So the difference between ollieing back or ollieing and shifting your board into it. Now you can lean forward, your board's in front of you. You can hold the manual there. Okay, that should have let you stay in it. Yeah, I skate a little bit of street. Just gonna keep working on these kick flips. I mean, that's arguably one of the best kickflips I've ever done. funny how little I trust it. Just that small change in the back foot position is just terrible. It's terrible. Yeah, you could, Mad Dog. Don't talk about my friend Mad Dog like that. I'm happy with that kickflip. So my feet don't go numb on really smooth concrete like this, but on like regular ground, my feet go very numb. And I have the same question for other skaters. It does affect my tricks a lot. Thomas, that's a very intuitive question. I'm curious about the answer, because my instincts say a different trick. The question was, when you're doing a low lazy tray flip versus a high popped one, do you think about them as a lazy tray flip, or do you think about them as separate tricks? I might have two versions of every trick locked away. There's so much space in there because it's completely empty inside my head. It's all just tricks locked away. And I think I have a low version of every trick and a high one. And I think my low tray flips are better. That's why that's a trip. So if I'm going to do a low tray flip, which is just a standard tray flip, I'm not thinking low, I'm thinking high percentage. I'm going to be a little more off the toe side. I'm going to let it wrap a little bit more, bring my feet together and just flow over the front truck. But if I'm going to do a high tray flip, I'm going to imagine catching the board. So we're landing focused around here. If you haven't learned yet, we focus on landings and then build the trick backwards. So if I'm doing a low one, I'm landing on the ground. I make contact with the board on the ground, or at least close to it, enough to where I can just trap the board. But if I'm doing a high tray flip, I'm catching the board in the air and then setting it down. So that landing spot happens at a different place. That landing happens up here. So that's very different. Way softer. Under rotate the high one so you could catch it and set it down. Different tricks. That was a phenomenal question. I really appreciate that. Zephyr, you're the man. You're a goated legend in everything you do. How about that? Ever thought about that? You guys should make a video guide for stees. Not only do I think that's objectively hard, I think it's not important. But we're going to do it anyways because everyone on the internet wants to look cool and a lot of people will probably click on it. But stees comes from hard work and dedication. So, you know what? We're going to make a video titled for all the self-absorbed skaters who aren't doing their tricks the way they want and they want to look cooler doing them. And then we're going to tell them that they have to work really hard at it. So I'm happy to do it. I'm happy to be that guy. I think that's cool. Emu is insanely steezy. I don't think you can teach that. I just watch his clips on straight up on the loop. He's a I don't know how to explain it. It's poetry in motion. When you're first going to a skate park, I think and you're scared of the transitions, just stay at the bottom of the transitions. Like, nothing wrong with only going up this high and back down. I feel like people put a really, really big bridge between what they can do and what they want to do. And usually there's a baby step that's right in front of you that you can take right now without putting yourself in extreme danger. Nikki, I don't know how to define stees. I just don't. There's something beautiful about it. It's like art. It's like when something's done right and when it's done well, it also has a certain beauty to it. You know, when you watch like Jimmy Wilkins skate or Aimu on street, or Yuta, or Felipe Gustavo, or Luan Oliveira, or, you know, there's also other sports that you can think of that when they do something within the sport, it's like, it's gorgeous. You know, you got Jordan's jump shots, you got Tiger's golf swing, you got Jerry Rice going up and catching a ball. There's just something like, I don't know how to explain it. Style and ease. Yeah, that's probably exactly, or that. I actually don't know if that's legit, but that would make the most sense. You can't fake steez. Fake steez is like, oh, that's like a top tier sin. Salaxer, you're right. You're right. What's the most important fundamental for new skaters to learn? Boy, did you come to the right place. If you do this right here, I'm just going to show you. Put on some lo-fi in the background and just watch. If you learn those 3 skills, you will be so far ahead of the game. And it's so simple, it's just difficult. If you can hop on your board, balance on one leg effectively, you can get moving and stop, and you can do those wheel hover jumpy things, you are ripping. Dub Huds. Is that Dubs? If that's... Is that Dubs? It's Dub Huds. I used to play games with Dubs. Maybe it's a different Dubster. Yeah, they came from YouTube. I can't land on my board after I do heel flips. It's so hard to land back on your board after it starts flipping. This is one of the things that I've struggled with teaching a lot, because I'm just like kind of a technical teacher and it's hard to learn all these things at once. Grab a fence, hold on to it, practice your heel flips, or go on like a trampoline with a board with no trucks and wheels. I think that's the best way. Thank you for the dono, Thomas. Really appreciate it. That's awesome. We're happy to do these streams, happy to try to help you guys out. No stress at all. Yeah, Lucas, I'm happy the last stream helped a lot. Yes, kudos. Very much normal to find some tricks easier. Switch heel flips, switch front 180s. Those tend to be some that are easier. Switch frontside big spins opposed to regular frontside big spins. Alright, what do we have to work on next? Dude, there's just bugs falling out of the sky. They all end up stuck on their back over here. I'm very confused. Like, there's enough where I kind of want to show you guys. They're all just like buzzing around on their backs. What could even cause that? Are they just dehydrated? that's what I gotta do. We changed the kickflip foot position. Now we gotta try backside flips from that new foot position. I've been struggling with backside flips lately. Oh, wow. That might work. That might work. I've really been struggling with backside flips lately, but I love them. I'm just a new guy. I'm just a new guy. I need more time to set up. I don't know where my back foot goes. I haven't had to look at my feet in a long time. I'm very happy with that. I'm very happy with that change. That's gonna take a couple weeks to get down. I'm gonna keep working on it. I'm just gonna check chat right now. Zuber, that's great. Much love, dude. They're sleeping. Cap. All right, so it looks like we have a big foot position change. And let me go over this with you guys so you know what I'm working on. My back foot tends to sit far up on the tail. And I look for the feeling of the rail on the back of my foot a lot of times when I'm doing tricks. And I think this is wrong. I think I can move it an inch or a half an inch down into more of the like meat of the tail. For some reason, this makes the flip tricks seem to be a little snappier. Board comes up flatter, which I don't really understand because it's flipping, but it feels like it comes up flatter, is what it is. And I've had stronger flicks off of the front foot. The timing is just a little bit different, but it looks like we're going to be rolling with that new foot position for flip tricks, just in general. I'd be curious how it starts affecting like tray flips and stuff, but I'm not ready for that. It's so weird when I'm at the bottom of the squat, because I don't know what's going to happen. Feels like I have a good sense of what's going to happen with my back foot further back. Stationary is fully okay. Hey, you're going to have to probably either ban Dylan or nerf him one more time. He's taking over YouTube chat again, unfortunately. Stationary tricks are completely fine. I wouldn't worry about it. Practice your rolling separate from your tricks if you need to practice rolling. Completely cool. It's weird because I wouldn't expect that. Let me watch it. I got a small delay, so that's perfect. I wouldn't expect moving my back foot up on the tail to turn my front foot more perpendicular. Oh, because my feet get duck-footed. That is weird how that affects it that much. I am very surprised with how touchy that is. It works every time. I just don't believe in it. I seriously just don't believe in it at all. It's crazy. I can't feel anything. I mean, I can't feel my feet when I squat. That's how different. It's literally how different it is. So here, I just figured it out. I just figured it out. When I'm all the way super deep on the tail, I feel like all my weight gets in the ball on my back foot. But when I put my foot more on the tail, I actually spread that weight all the way through my back foot. So my squat is actually in a different place in my leg. The squat feels more like it's back here on the calf and less riding up that quad. So that would make sense of how it would change the way the board is popping. So that actually makes a lot of sense. Now I can get out of the bottom because I at least know why my leg feels like I can't feel my feet. Yeah, you can feel how the board's going to react. It feels like it's telling you stuff all the time, well, even when you're on the ground. Yeah, let me make a backside flip. Yeah, that might just be, if nollie flips are easier, you might just have that just might be how your legs work. That's weird, but it's not the craziest thing I've ever heard. Alright, let me just lock in for a minute. I gotta learn backside flips with this new foot position. It's weird. There's just a whole load of mistakes I'm not used to. Like, I'm usually missing the flip, but that hasn't happened. I'm very happy with that. That flips faster and easier and flatter and better and cooler. And it's possible to choose the wrong stance for sure. Thank you, Black Sheep. How do you do tricks so flat-footed? I'm actually working on being more flat-footed. I feel like, you know what, you just made me think of something. Interesting. If I flatten out my back foot, but leave my front foot on the ball of my feet. Huh. That is sick. I feel like nothing's gonna happen, but that is sick. I actually like that. I'm not doing hard flips. I'm not good at them. Oh, the wrong default stance. I don't know, man. If you think you're regular and you're not, it's like, it must be so inconsequential. No, it doesn't feel safer. It feels like the board is going to flip better. Black sheep. If I have both feet flat, it just feels like, if I'm on the ball with both feet, it doesn't feel like the board's going to flip. And if I have my back foot flat, it's like I can make sure it flips. Frontside heel flip. I genuinely don't know if I've ever landed a frontside heel flip. And I don't think I have. I don't think I have, because every time I try it, they're so much harder than I realize than I think they're going to be. And I get over it. Because it's probably because the way I do frontside 180s. Let's learn frontside heel flips. That's a great thing. That's a great one. That's a phenomenal one, dude. Bonus points to who requested front heel flip. Oh, Michael, day 2 of the balance program's got you on your butt. You gotta get in shape, basically. Martin, no, we did 2 or 3 hours this morning. And then we went back and watched the Masters, and then now we're here. This kid is mewing. How am I mewing? Kickflip. We just did kickflips. Was I mewing? Everyone's saying I'm mewing. What if my face is just like that? Yeah. Oh my god, I just ran over a bug. That was pretty close. What 2 Ollie tutorials are you talking about? He's somebody's close. When's the mewing program? Brock would be so happy if I got caught. If I got caught mewing, legit. I'm gonna keep working on this because I've never done one, and I've tried it. I've tried it before, but I always thought about it like I need to get that nose to wrap like down and around. But I think if I just do varial heel flip, if I keep the tail low and just do varial heel flip and spin, we're in good shape. Let's get a good one here. I'm gonna find this frame. I'm on a little bit of a delay, so I gotta wait till I can see this new camera position. So I'm just watching. I'm just watching. Another 10 seconds and then we'll be in. Beautiful. Okay, 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 okay. Nice. If I go too much heel flip, it doesn't rotate. It's a rotation trick. It's not a heel flip. That's so cool. I mean, it's unfamiliar, so I can't read it while it's flipping, but it feels so cool. 99s, generally. Gato, I didn't see the Instagram clip. I did not see that. The one with the that you're saying. The comment. I don't know where that comment is, but I would happily take a look at it. Float the feet. Yeah, I think you're right. Hey, Brandon from Connecticut. Yeah, in general, the softer wheels just will make Flatground harder. Is this framing good for the front heels? Are we working with a good spot? I feel like I can shift the camera just a little bit this way. I was scared that one was gonna land primo. It's crazy. The Flatground, like street skaters, they would just wet this up so fast. I mean, I can think of 100 guys who would just do this every single try. I can spin the varial heels. That's what's confusing. Why would I be able to spin varial heels, but not frontside heels? Anyone have any tips? Why do varial heels spin less? Night End, how's it going? Yeah, I think skating switch makes you learn faster, for sure. because you are also turning. Yeah, side rotation power thingy because you're also turning. I think that's right, but I just can't figure out why. Why do front side? Why do varial heel flips spin when I don't spin? But if I try a front side heel flip, the board doesn't spin. Yeah, you can't relate, but you're having fun watching. Man, I need you guys to come together and help me out here. You have to really delay the flick. Yeah, okay. Okay, thank you. So that makes a lot of sense. This is going to be a trippy one, actually, but I feel like that does work. Yeah, you're right. I was flipping it too early. I was never good at heel flip frontside airs on vert because of that. I never understood how to delay it. I just learned how to delay it a couple weeks ago. I didn't delay that one, and I shot through it. That does help. It's going to take practice, though. Oh, yeah, cool. Gato, I agree. 100%. It helps everything. Yep, jumping with that chest facing the ground is unreal. Okay, I think we just grind this out. That was a great tip. I want to make one of these. And this is like the reality of, practice. This is a trick that I'm not good at, and I never was good at. Maybe too much pop. Yeah, I think that also could be it. Like I talked about earlier, pick the board up, don't over jump. Yeah, do the trick with the skateboard. Funny that there's pressure. That hat with the shadow. I'm trying to lock in here. I mean, learning, I don't care who you are. Learning is hard. I like that shape. Yeah, sorry. Sniped the bush in the kick turn. Bet. Track. Bet. The more you let us inside your head, the less nervous you'll be. Or the less pressure you'll feel. Alright, homie said 10 on this one. That was just bad. I thought that was bad, but it was good. It's so, I hate not knowing anything about tricks. Because I think it's bad, but it's good. I think it's good, but it's bad. Well, I tried. We'll watch that instant replay. There, that's great. That's just great. Alright, baby. I'm starting to feel the tension. I'm starting to feel how it wants to flip. It never like wanted to flip before. At least it's rolling over. I feel like that's gonna keep rolling over, so I just gotta spin it. It's hard to spin. It's very, 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 very hard to spin for me. And it's because my front foot is overpowering it. I know it. There we go. I didn't overpower it with the front foot. Let's look at that replay. Haha. There we go. Now we're talking. This must be how Rory felt earlier today. Butter, butter, butter. It was like margarine at best, but I'll take it. And I actually feel like I learned it. Look, let me walk you guys through what I learned. Thank you guys, thank you guys. That's awesome. This is very cool. GG, get better, just better, Freelo, dog water, Walmart Wi-Fi. Let me walk you guys through what I learned. So I was trying it like I try front 180s. And we talked about this early in the stream where I take a big step with the back foot. But I'm kicking through it with the front. I was overpowering everything with the front foot. So I tried to wait to flip it, but it worked once and then it went away. So there was something there that didn't stick. Then I just moved my front foot up higher, closer to the nose. So then my instinct wasn't to reach so far forward. I could actually just wrap my front foot on the nose a little bit, which I try to stay away from, but since the foot is so high, it actually felt like it worked. Then I felt like that flick was locked in. So then all I had to do was start spinning. Where earlier, if I was spinning harder, I would just kick through it more. So it was like a negative feedback loop, right? If I start here and I try to spin harder, that's when I was starting to kick through it and leave it behind. I was getting like a little concerned. That's why I started asking for tips. But if I bring my front foot up closer to the nose, now my heel is like more of a confirmed flick, and I can just spin and it's there. I like snowboarding, but I got hurt pretty bad snowboarding, so I had to stop. Clip, 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 clip it, clip it, clip it, clip it. Thanks, beer joints. 2 to make it true. Wish I didn't read that. Wish I didn't read that. The only reason I listened to you on 2 to make it true is because you're the one who gave me the tip that made it work. So I know you're legit. I know you're the real deal. But they're flipping and spinning, so my stress is way down. My stress is also down because I know I'm going to get mochi after this. My legs are smoked, but I do consider it that it was very good. Yeah, I have been hurt, for sure. Nope, muffins, I'm working on a part and it just kind of sits there. But my legs are very sore. We had a double session. I'll make my second one tomorrow. give me some feedback on this stream. Do you guys like this? Just skating Flatground with me and just kind of chatting. Like, there's no, like, we don't have a preset program. I'm not taking you through like Ollies, 180s, kickflips, tray flips. Like, we've done that. We did the mini ramp one where we have like preset programs. We did some that are like just straight up feedback from you guys. Like, I just do whatever you say all day. It's exhausting. I get so tired. This is super chill. I like this. I do feel like this could be a normal thing. Love it. W. Great. Okay, pick a number between 1 and 20. Right now. I'm gonna... Matthew, good. That landed one is solid. Thanks for the clip, GX. 12, 17, 8, 13, 20. 13 is the first one that I saw twice. All right, Tyler, can you make a code called Live13 and give them 13% off?
13% off what?
On the website for programs.
Yeah.
You guys spoke this into existence. Red, I don't understand how clips work on YouTube, but I know how they work on Twitch. I'm looking at it right now, and I can watch it. So let me tell you guys a little bit about what we're gonna do to improve this experience next time. I'm reading chat like this. I got my phone for YouTube. I got my iPad for Twitch, and this camera right here is on such a small tripod. It's tiny. It's literally like this high. It's like a foot high. So I'm gonna get a big tripod for the camera so I can actually like stand and talk to you guys without being like towering over, and have my iPad and phone like more closer to the camera so I can actually like feel like we're talking to each other. Because like I'm looking at screens, it's very confusing. The reason I like this stream is because I can do this on my own, and I can do this pretty often. Like, the reality is when we have like programmed streams or like mini ramp or like some of the more complicated stuff, we need Brock to film or Tyler to film, and it gets like it just becomes a bigger production. But like, if I can wake up and go to the skate park and just throw this camera on and work on some tray flips, and you guys, you know, this is something that's just as interesting as anything else. Maybe I can help out with some tricks, or maybe you watch me learn something. That's good by me, dude. I like this. I used to stream a lot on Twitch, just playing video games. Obviously, like, no one ever watched because it's so saturated. But I really liked it. I streamed like a lot of hours. And now that there's like actual people here watching, you know, we got 15 on Twitch, 200 on YouTube. I'm sure if we went live on Instagram too, we'd get like another couple hundred. I could just see this being a thing. You know, we did 2-a-days today, so I'm not gonna be like, dude, this bug is so committed. But, you know, I could easily go to the skate park for like 4 hours in the morning. So what I'm gonna do is, I also agree that simple streaming is good. Hey Lola, simple streaming is very good, and I want to keep it simple because like we make content, I do coaching, and this could be like a really chill way to just like actually vibe. I want to do gaming streams again, but it's not going to be on Skate IQ's channel. I just don't want to confuse the viewers, because if someone comes, I'm playing games, they'll like never come back again if that's not for them. Just like skating flat ground isn't going to be for some people. I should probably even, like, you know, something simple like that, like having a board and frame. Like, someone's a skater, they come in and they follow. Like, it's that simple. But I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna do in the future is maybe do this stream, and then I could, like, raid my own separate channel. And, you know, if we have enough viewers, I can play like a little bit of Rocket League or something. Because I just can't play video games right now because I'm addicted, and it's just not, it's not time well spent. But if we're streaming, it could be work. I also play a lot of golf, and I want to take this IRL camera around on the course and do golf streams. And I think that would be super cool. I'm grand champ in 2s and diamond 3 in 3s, but I had to stop playing because I played so much. I was like 950 hours in. Of course I get frustrated when I'm trying to learn tricks, but I also practice over weeks and not weeks and months. yeah, actual gamer. C3 in duos, it's so hard. You just get so screwed in 2s if you're not rotating. Like, it's almost harder than 3s. Ones is impossible. You were D3 in hoops? Or you're champ 1 in hoops? That's stupid. My ranked teammate, yeah. This is my teammate in ranked. There's a ball over there, or boost. How is everyone in here Rocket League players? Hook, I love them. I love doing that 9 Club interview. Yeah, just chilling, Mickey. You're 4,000 deep in Rocket League? I'm like 2,000 deep in Fortnite. I only have about 400 hours in CSGO, but those 400 hours were the most obsessed 400 hours you could possibly have. Then I switched over to Valorant, and then obviously I was just losing all my time playing video games. That with 900 on Rocket, I'm like, you know, it's like 5,000 hours gaming or something, I don't know. Grew up playing Halo. I never liked Siege. No, CS is the best. I mean, CSGO is the best game. But I had a Faceit membership, and I'm like, I can't just be grinding. And if I cut back, I'm not good. I can't swing. I can't, like, I don't know the meta, and I get really frustrated, so I start grinding again, and then I'm up till 3, 4 in the morning. It's like, what am I supposed to do? Like, we spend a lot of time on Skate IQ. We make videos a lot. I coach a lot. We travel a lot. When I'm home, I can't just, like, be up till 3, 4 in the morning. And plus, I want to get better at golf. Golf is, like, really important to me. And that's an early morning sport. And then we gotta have energy for, like, videos. I just don't have time. I just don't have enough time for, like, any type of consistent gaming. I'm super all or nothing. But that's what works for me. I enjoy being like that. I wouldn't really want to change that. Like, I can get on and play a couple games of Rocket, not ranked, and fly around and try some flip resets, and then but then I can't sleep for like an extra 45 minutes, and then I want to play a couple games before bed every single night, and it's just, it gets ya. If you ever feel like the best player in Plat, but then you get to high diamond, you suddenly feel like a big fish in a small pond? In ones, yes. Yes, in ones. In twos, I actually was always the worst because my brother carried me while I was learning, so I was just always playing against diamonds and champs and twos and threes, and we would just get beat up until I caught up. So I never had that experience in the lower ranks. What's up, ID? Hey, make sure you guys are, if you're on YouTube, make sure you guys are hopping over to Twitch. We're dual streaming, but just throw us that follow on Twitch. We're going to be affiliate probably starting tomorrow or next day. Obviously, it's a streaming platform. The chat interactions are better. It's easier to know when I'm going live. It's easier to track schedules, all these things. Everyone talking about video games over on YouTube, like, I know you have a Twitch account. Just hit that link that Tyler just dropped in the chat, and yeah, make sure you throw. I don't have my own video game channel. I've had like 4 or 5 video game channels on my own YouTube stuff just because I like to play and then like save clips. But I deleted everything because it was like, I don't know, just wasn't right. And it was never growing. Like, I streamed a lot. It was never growing. You know, I was always posting about it, but nobody cared. What's up? Thanks for the 20, Skyfall. I love that movie, by the way. I don't know if that's the one you're referencing. We should watch James Bond later. I'm super down. At what point in your skating career did you just feel truly comfortable on your board? Epic Bob. What's up, Chugs? What's up? Thanks for all these follows on Twitch. You guys are clicking the link. I felt comfortable on my board since I gained consciousness. I started skating when I was like 3 years old, and I don't really remember... I don't remember learning how to ollie or kickflip or do like drop in on vert or like any of these things. I feel like I truly got comfortable on my board in my adult life after I won an X Games medal, and then I went back and then I lost and I didn't win an X Games medal, and I got hurt in the contest and I like broke my wrist trying a trick in the comp. And then I got back and I went back maybe the next year or 2 years later, and then I got back on the podium. And to me, that up and down, that ability to like get hurt when it mattered the most and then still fight back from that and then like still stand on the tricks and like end up on the podium knowing the risk that I was taking. Because like just doing it your first go is kind of like, you don't have any scar tissue built up in your head. Like, you don't even know what you're up against, so it's a little easier. But I think that process, repeating that over and over, like, I'm truly comfortable on my skateboard knowing that, like, I can push it really far. And, but just, like, riding around, I don't think I'll ever struggle with that. I could probably skate for the rest of my life without really thinking much. Growth is not linear, no. What's up, Mano, Spencer, YouTube gang following? I mean, I know you guys. If you're like for real talking about RL ranks on YouTube chat, like just get over to Twitch already. Falling tutorial, yeah, we did a little bit of falling earlier. I don't remember my first ollie. I've seen the footage of my first kickflip, but I don't actually remember it. Corey, awesome, getting those Twitch follows. No, I haven't gamed since February of 2024. I'm more than a year clean. Checks, you just download the Twitch app or go to twitch.tv/skateiq and make an account and then click the follow button. I would recommend just getting the app. My parents were not into skating. I just got lucky and got a skateboard when I was 3. Do you prefer standard coping? Yeah, regular standard coping. I don't like big coping. What would be your first gaming game? Yeah, drop in the Twitch chat, if I gamed, if I picked it back up, I would call my brother, and I would call GJ, and I would see what they're on. I would check the meta on Valorant, see if it's trash, which it probably is. I would ask if they want to play Marvel Rivals because it's new and it's probably good. Then I would ask if Spider-Man is playable because I'd want to go play that character. And if all that falls through, we'd hop on Rocket League for 2 to 3 hours from like 9 to 1 a.m. and play 2s and 3s and not end on a loss. Those are okay. I don't love them. I love doing the trick. That was better. My neck's sore from sitting. That's how you know you're almost 30. I can't keep my weight over my back foot without losing my pop. Oh, so I'm not. Yeah, just keep your weight over your back foot. Duh. Yeah, we did do power slides in our last YouTube video at least. Well, our next one. There is not that much money in mainstream skating. The white Bucky helmet, the see-through Bucky helmet with red straps. You are OG. You are super triple OG. Yeah, Andre, this is a private skate park and it is not mine before you get too excited. I'm gonna try that tip, Ollieing. You broke my brain for a second. My brain. Does that even work? So throw your back arm so high that your leg wants to come up. Volts, what's up, G? Yeah, Corey, you need a lot of that. I low-key bought it. Half cab. Heel flip, foot position, and landing. Was that a tip for me, or was that a tip do you want? But I think you're low-key right. It's not terrible. I think it was more you asking for tips, though. I need help too, guys. I just really don't like how those are taking off. I wish I could get more vertical power. Like that. I'm just bending over the wrong leg, guys. Duh. Frickin' duh. Frickin' duh, bro. Boom. That's what I'm talking about. Let's watch that replay. That's what I'm talking about. I kind of jumped off really fast. Yeah, the wheels sound so good. Train your whole body. Get strong. That's fine. All right, well, we're popping off on Twitch over with that 30 viewership steady. We did two different streams today, and we're coming back tomorrow to film more. It's our last day here, so we got to get home, get some food. We got to go shopping, do all that, just so we can come back and hit it hard in the morning. This is something I'd like to do more regularly. Corey, what's good? I think we could actually have a pretty nice little like hangout. And I like that it's a lot more just like what streaming is. We will do like how to, like full tutorial streams. 2 hours, how to ollie, kickflip, tray flip, 180, boom, straight value in your pocket. Like, but I like these. And I could do this all the time. Like I don't even have to be with the team. I could just take the camera down to the local. No. Spencer said make a shot. No. This is gonna be bad. And we could do streams. So expect a lot more of this. Expect double streams. Like we'll do one in the morning that's maybe like shooting YouTube videos. We'll do one that's like big program. Like, okay, we're gonna do ollies today. We'll start with our foot here when you jump like this, and it'll be like high pace, ready to go, action packed. But there's also gonna be a lot of days where I just go set the camera up at the skate park. We hang out for 2 to 4 hours and just chill and talk about Rocket League and stuff. And then we'll raid some other streams. But I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go get some food. You guys are awesome. Chuckles, thanks, mate. I appreciate that. Throw a follow. Huh. ID. Appreciate that, dog. All love. Do you guys have any other like skate streamers that you know? Maybe even someone who's like does content like, I don't know. I don't even know any skate streamers. Like I don't even know who we should raid on Twitch. Ricky, but he's not live. Unless is Ricky live? Saitama. I'll chat with the boys and see if they're like doing any streams. Okay, well, that's that. I'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll also lock in a schedule and do all that, but we're just taking it real slow, but we are into this. Like, I'm ready to hit this stream stuff hard. I feel like this is the way. This is the way. Okay, I'll see you guys. You can hit the button. Peace out.